So I'm going to start because of a holdover from the May 2025 National Military Appreciation Month. I'm going to start with that one. That is item 101, 100.1, item H. And so Supervisor Miley, this is your item. Thank you for bringing it, and the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President. Yes, this item wanted to bring back in May, but because you've got us busy working hard and working beyond overtime and everything else, I had to put this off until June. So it's recognition of National Military Appreciation Month. And I'll read the proclamation. Whereas National Military Appreciation Month was established by the United States Congress in 1999 to honor and recognize the dedication, service, and sacrifice of members of the United States Armed Forces, past and present. And whereas during the month of May, the nation pays tribute to active duty service members, members of the National Guard and Reserves, veterans, military spouses, and their families for their steadfast commitment to protecting our freedoms and upholding our democratic values. And whereas May includes several important military observances: Loyalty Day, May 1st, Victory in Europe Day, May 8th, Military Spouse Appreciation Day, the Friday before Mother's Day, Armed Forces Day, the third Saturday in May, and Memorial Day, the last Monday in May, each offering a unique opportunity to reflect on and honor the courage and contributions of those who serve. And whereas the County of Alameda is proud to be home to a vibrant community of military personnel, veterans, and families whose patriotism and resilience enrich our communities and inspire future generations. And whereas the County Board of Supervisors is committed to ensuring that military-connected individuals have access to quality health care, housing, education, employment, and support services that honor their service and help them thrive. And whereas it is our collective duty to acknowledge the profound debt of gratitude we owe to those who have worn the uniform and those who support them on the home front. Therefore, the Board of Supervisors of this county does hereby recognize May 2025 as National Military Appreciation Month and call upon all of our residents to join in honoring the valor, sacrifice, and service of our military community. And I know there'll be speakers, and I can present this to either representatives from the Social Services Agency, if a representative isn't here today, from the Veterans Commission.
Very good. When we get to the point of presenting, we'll do that. I'll also join you in commending this day, this month, National Military Appreciation Month, ex post, recognizing the month of May. I would like to say that in my community, in the city of Dublin, we have an active military base, Camp Parks. I also will note that the U.S. Army turned 250 years old, and Camp Parks celebrated that this last weekend. So with that said, I'll just thank all those in the military for all that they have done to keep us free. I think there's an expression, freedom is not free. Indeed, it is paid for with the blood, sweat, and tears of our military. And with that, what we're going to do is let each person that was recognized to come up and say a few words if they want. We're going to go in the order that we presented them. I don't know if there's anybody here to receive the National Military Appreciation Month proclamation. If not, we can have our Social Services Agency say a few words if they would like, and then we'll proceed with the recognizers of, we'll do the photos and presentations all at the end, I think. We'll proceed later with LGBTQ plus Pride Month. But now,
Okay.
Thank you for saying a few words on behalf of our veterans,
Okay.
or of our military.
And I'll keep it brief. So good afternoon, President Halbert, and to the Board of Supervisors. My name is Pamela Powell. On behalf of the Social Services Agency and Director Andrea Ford, it is my honor as the daughter and sister of Army veteran to accept this proclamation. So again, thank you all very, very much, and thank you to all those who served in the armed forces.
Thank you so much, and would you pass our thanks on to the Veterans Commission? I know you will. Thank you. For LGBTQ plus Pride Month, I believe we have somebody accepting the overall proclamation, and that is, come on up. Joe or Gerald?
Joe,
Joe, welcome, Joe.
Joe.
Welcome.
You know, as a veteran myself, I appreciate the recognition of active duty military service members and our veterans. Thank you, Supervisor Miley.
Please call the first three.
Frank Mellon, speaking on item 100.1H.
Welcome, sir, and thank you for your service.
Well, thank you. You know, we may not remember this, but it's 80 years that since D-Day and 50 years since the end of the Vietnam War. And in Castro Valley, we have so many veterans, and what you have done today is awesome. There's another group that does similar things. It's called Honor Flight. And they take these veterans and go to Washington, D.C., pay their way completely. Your proclamation means so very much that I can find no fault with it except to make a tiny suggestion. You can make this a complete picture with the Castro Valley Library being moved over to the Veterans Group, because it will be not just the veterans, it'll be a public-private partnership. And we have a group that's forming that is made up of veterans surrounding this, mostly Vietnam-era veterans, some that are Korean War veterans, and we have one World War II veteran left. So making this building as the crown on what you guys have just done would be an awesome action. And our group, Linda Tangren is part of it. She's been pulling us together, and we would love to work with you guys for a PPP to complete this wonderful honor that you have created. Thank you for your time.
John Guerrero, you're on the line. You have 2 minutes.
Yeah, along those actually same lines, the military. My father was World War II, fought in the World War II. My brother actually was killed in Vietnam, so I am glad to hear that we're celebrating, the military month.
Greg Owens, you're on the line. You have 2 minutes.
I'm honored to be able to speak to you. I'm actually the chair of the Alameda County Veterans Affairs Commission, and I apologize for not being there in person to be able to accept the proclamation. But I just want to express my gratitude to the Board of Supervisors for the proclamation, and thank you for things for going forward. One comment about things that are going on with the Veterans Commission. We are having a stand down on June 23rd and 24th for homeless veterans or veterans in general. And there's going to be a lot of information posted, and hope that as many people can attend. Also, I want to bring up the information that's going out about, or the lack of information about the columbarium and the they're supposed to have been built at the Naval Air Station. Should have been built and should have been operating for a long time, for the columbarium and the VA clinic. And right now, we're becoming aware there's efforts by a firm called Frontier Valley to have President Trump sign a national security emergency innovation zone at the Naval Air Station. That would take they would just take overlands and at the Naval Air Station with no oversight by any the state, the county. So please look into that and make sure that we put a stop to that kind of takeover lands that belong to the VA now. But us veterans would really like to hear what the status is of the VA clinic and the columbarium at the former Naval Air Station. Thank you very much for the proclamation.
Matt Turner, you're on the line. You have 2 minutes.
I'd just like to join in on the previous speaker, Frank Mellon, and fellow veteran comments about the Castro Valley, the old Castro Valley Library. There's been a bit of a wrangle over these many years since it was decommissioned as our main public library. It was paid for by the citizens of Castro Valley with a special tax on them alone. And our local veterans groups have put forward an excellent plan to take hold of it and make it provide benefits to local veterans. And the Board of Supervisors could facilitate that, and it would be a great blessing for all of us if you would do that. So thank you.
No more speakers.
Very good. With that said, we'll have comments from Supervisor Miley, and then we'll come down and take a group photo.
Yes, Mr. President. Yeah, I'm just compelled to want to comment because even though President Abraham Lincoln and the Republicans took the action to free the slaves as a result of the Civil War and produced Juneteenth Day and the Emancipation Proclamation, the fact that folks have served, it's not whether you're Democrat, Republican, independent, male, female, LGBTQ. People of this country are unified behind the fact that a lot of folks have shed blood to ensure the values and to bring about a more perfect union. So I know people have the freedom of speech to put forth their position, but the point is, it's not Republican, it's not Democrat, it's not male, it's not female, and it's LGBTQ. It's not any of those things. It's all of those things, because when you go to those graveyards, those military graveyards, you'll see that folks have shed blood for this country. It's all red.
It's called American. Thank you, Supervisor Miley. You said it very well. Let's go down with our proclamations, and those that are receiving them, come join us for a group photo.